All right, welcome back to another game of AIG basketball. So this is a game that is not yet released, but still working through creating teams for it and finishing out sort of the finalized rules and things like that. So it is in beta. You can go to clarkandedisongaming.com, and if you look in the new on the homepage, if you look at the new releases section, you'll see AIG basketball there. You can download it for free. Play the 1972, 1986, and 2008 seasons totally free. All the rules are there. All these components that you see here, including the player cards, are going to be there. We're going to play Chicago at Seattle. This is 1993. I'm up to, I've got from 1970 to 1994. So 25 seasons up to this point, and just trying to finish those out. So when we release it, there will be plenty of seasons for you to choose from different eras. This is sort of a little bit of a what if. The Bulls played Phoenix in 1993 in the finals for their third straight championship. Phoenix beat Seattle, and so we've got kind of a what if Chicago at Seattle. So let's go ahead and get into this one. For the Bulls, it's going to be Armstrong, Jordan, Pippen, Grant, and Cartwright getting the starts. You could argue another guy like Stacey King might get the start, but Cartwright played a few more minutes per game. And then Peyton, Ricky Pierce, Eddie Johnson, Sean Kemp, and Michael Cage go. They start for the Seattle Supersonics. So we'll keep our score over here, and we're playing with 50 possessions. So not 40, but 50. And we'll see how this one goes. So in this game, what you do, just as a refresher, you roll. I like to roll all 4 dice. It requires at least these 2 D6. I like to use these D6. This one is going to tell me the defense, and this one's going to tell me the player getting the ball. So it's going to go to the 4, which is Horace Grant. The defense is a 2, which we'll keep in mind. And the shot is going to be a 6. A 6 is greater than the offense. And so when we look at, I've got kind of my cheat sheet here. So roll the D6 to determine the player taking the shot. You can roll for the defense type, which I'm not doing. Roll for the defense, which we did. Roll for the shot, make or miss, which we also did. So if the roll on the defense roll is a particular number, it can affect the play. So if the D6 roll is less than or equal to the offensive value, we're here, then it's a made basket, which it's not. If it's greater than, then it's a missed shot. So on a missed shot attempt, if it's less than or equal to the defensive player's defensive value, and we are looking at so on a missed shot attempt, we need to roll again. So this is going to be a missed shot. He's being guarded by Kemp. We have a 3. A 3 is less than his defense. So that means that Sean Kemp had a block. And that's going to lead us to a fast break. And on the fast break, we need to roll for who gets the ball. And we need to roll for what happens on the play. Do I have my fast breaks? Yes. So we just need 1 D6. We'll use the green die. So here's our fast break column here. So it's going to be Ricky Pierce on the break with a 2. And a 2 is going to be a missed layup. So missed shot from Horace Grant leads to a missed layup on the other end. And the Bulls with the ball again. This time it's going to be Bill Cartwright with the ball. 6 is important to remember. A 9 is going to be greater than his offensive number. And then we have here On a defensive miss, you can see a 6 is going to be the fast break roll. So that's going to lead us right into a fast break. Let's do, again, the green and the white. 6 means it's our choice, so we'll get Shawn Kemp out on the fast break. And 6 is going to be a turnover. So not so great on the fast break here, as both teams starting a little off. This is going to be BJ Armstrong, 5 on the defense. An 11, that's another miss. And a 5 on a miss is going to go to a rebound battle. So for the rebound battle, we need to roll for who the player is. Okay, it's basically our choice. I like to go with the highest defensive rating. So we'll just go with our power forwards. 2 for Kemp, 4 for Grant. So we take this number and it's 4. And we add it to the defensive rating to get a total. And here we see that we have an 11 here and 11 here. So that means we need to do a jump ball. We do the same thing with the 2 players. We have a 12 and a 9. So the jump ball, the tip is going to go to Kemp and the Supersonics. So no score here early on. Seattle with the ball. This is their first chance. Gary Payton with the ball. We have a 2 on defense and a 6. 6 is greater than his 5. A 2 on a miss is going to be a foul. So there's no actual miss there. No free throw attempt on that one. 5 is going to be Michael Cage. 8 is a miss. He doesn't have any 3-pointers. Normally on a double, you would think that's a 3. He's got a 0 for his 3-pointers, so he's not taking any 3s. But still going to be a miss. A miss on a 1, though, is going to be a foul, as Bill Cartwright gets him with the foul. So he goes to the line for 2. His free throw is a 6, so it's going to be a 1. And he makes them both. So Seattle on the board. It's going to be Horace Grant again. A 7 is going to be another miss. 4 on defense is going to be another rebound battle. So let's see who that's on. The point guards. So a 6 to a 6, and we got another tie. So we'll have a jump ball. A 6 to a 6. That's going to be an 8 to a 10. So the tip goes to Seattle. And Seattle with the ball. We're going to get it to Shawn Kemp. A 6 to Kemp is right on his number. He also doesn't have any 3-pointers, so that's going to be a foul on Horace Grant and a bucket. So we get 2 plus the foul. 4 is good. So he completes the 3-point play. Bulls basketball, of course, we're going to go to MJ when we get the chance. A 9 is going to be still a miss. 2 will be a foul before the shot. So we'll replay it. Horace Grant again. 7 is a miss. 4 is another rebound battle. Again to the point guards. And again, it's going to be Gary Payton with the rebound. 10 over 3. So back the other way goes Seattle. Tough time of it here for the Bulls early on. They're down 5-0. Let's go to Ricky Pierce this time. 3 is going to be a bucket, and 2 on a made shot is nothing. So Ricky Pierce makes the shot and puts them up 7-0 to start the game. This is going to be MJ, though, getting to the rack. He gets fouled by Ricky Pierce, and he is going to go to the line for 1. 8 is good, so he completes the 3-point play. MJ is not going to let the game get too far away from him. This is Gary Payton again. 3 on the defense, 9 is a miss, and 3 is just a straight up miss. So there's nothing, no defensive effect on a 3. So back come the other way, come the MJs. Let's get to Pippen. 10 for Pippen is going to be a miss, but he does get fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2. That'll be a missed free throw and a made. So Pippen gets 1 out of 2 from the line. It's going to be Shawn Kemp with the ball, and 8 is greater than his shot or his offense. We're going to go back to the 4, so he goes right back to it for the rebound, and that will be Shawn Kemp with the offensive board. You can see it's a 15 to an 8. So Kemp battles for the board, and we stay here. Gary Payton again with the ball. That's going to be another miss, and a 5 is a rebound battle between, let's say, Kemp and Horace Grant as they battle it out on the boards. A 13 to a 13. Another tie ball, and we roll. That's going to be a 12 to a 13. So Kemp out jumps on the tip, and we stay here again. More Gary Payton, more missing. And a 4 is another rebound battle. So it'll be the 2s. MJ a big advantage. An 8 to a 9. So MJ comes down with the board. And we're back the other way. Chicago down 7-4 to the Seattle Supersonics. Horace Grant trying it again. He's going to miss again. This will be another rebound battle. This time between Kemp and Horace Grant. So Grant goes right back up. He's going to lose this rebound battle 13 to 14 though. So Seattle with the ball. Let's go to Eddie Johnson this time. An 8 is going to be a miss, and a 3 is just a straight up miss. So both teams a little bit cold here to start the game. BJ Armstrong with a 6. That's going to be a miss as well, but he gets fouled, so he's going to go to the line. Excellent free throw shooter. He's a 10 out of 12, so 2 for BJ Armstrong as he got to the rack and takes the foul from Gary Payton. Shawn Kemp, this is going to be a bucket for him, and a 3 is nothing, so Shawn Kemp makes it 9-6. Let's get it back to MJ. An 8 to MJ is going to be good, and a 2 is nothing. So Jordan with the jump shot, and that brings him within 1. 6, let's go to Eddie Johnson again. We'll give Johnson the miss, but he does get fouled. So Eddie Johnson, the old man, also a very good free throw shooter. He gets both, and we have an 11-8 lead for Seattle. We're about halfway through the first quarter. BJ Armstrong again. This is a miss, and we go to a rebound battle. That'll be between Grant and Kemp. An 8 to a 10. So this is going to be a defensive board for the Bulls. I mean for the Seattle Supersonics. And Shawn Kemp gets the ball at 10. It's going to be a miss, but there is a foul on the play, so we'll replay that. This time it'll be Ricky Pierce. He misses a 3-pointer, and it'll be another rebound battle. This time it'll be Eddie Johnson and Scottie Pippen duking it out. Pippen with a huge advantage here. An 11 to a 6, and that'll be a defensive board going the other way for the Bulls. Pippen is going to get the shot. That's going to be a 4. That's up and in. 5 on a make is nothing, so Pippen gets to the rim and lays it in. Ricky Pierce this time back the other way, and 8 is going to be a miss. Another rebound battle. This time between, let's call it our big men, Cartwright and Cage. We got a 5 to an 11. So that's going to be an offensive board for Michael Cage as he fights on the inside. We got a 3. That's Gary Payton getting to the rim, and he lays it up and in against BJ Armstrong. 13-10 early on in this one. MJ with the ball. A 7 is going to be a make, and 1. So he goes to the line and misses. So he gets just 2 out of that, and coming back the other way are the Sonics. Eddie Johnson is going to miss. We have a rebound battle between he and Scottie Pippen as he goes right back to it. 8 to a 7. Pippen out rebounds him there, and we're back the other way for the Bulls. It'll be MJ with the ball. A 9 is going to be too much, and a 3 is just a straight up miss as MJ misses on the jumper. This time Michael Cage gets a shot at it. He's going to miss. A 12 is greater than a 4. And a 3 is just a straight up miss. So Bulls back the other way. Bill Cartwright, his counterpart, gets a shot at it. A 6 is going to be a miss. And rebound to Seattle. Michael Cage with another shot. 7 is going to be a missed shot, but he does get fouled. So he goes to the line. He misses the first. He's only a 6 free throw shooter. He goes 1 for 2 from the line. And the Bulls coming back the other way, down by 2. This is Armstrong. 7 is too much. So we're going to have a rebound battle between Pippen and Eddie Johnson. Johnson with a 3, Pippen with a 10. So that's going to be an offensive board for the Bulls as Pippen keeps it alive. They kick it over to MJ. MJ with a fadeaway jump shot. A 2 is nothing as MJ puts it up and in to tie it at 14. If you have a superstar scorer like an 8 or a 7 or a 9, it's a huge help. So, who's got the ball? It's going to be Eddie Johnson with an 8. That's a miss. We have a rebound battle. This is between the point guards. A little bit of an advantage for Gary Payton, but DJ Armstrong rolls into it, and so that's going to be a jump ball as they fight over it. And this will be a 10 to a 4. And the tip goes to Payton. We'll stay here on this end of the floor. Let's get it to Sean Kemp. Kemp can't deal with the 10, but he does get fouled, so we'll stay here again. This time it's Gary Payton. A 7 is too much, but he gets fouled on the shot. An 8 is good, and a 10 is not. So not great free throw shooting from either team here early on. But that gives Seattle the lead, 15-14. Ho Grant takes another shot and misses. This will be a rebound battle to the point guards. We got a 4 to a 7. So defensive board goes to Gary Payton. And Payton's going to take a shot on the other end. A 9 is too strong, and that's a straight miss. Remember, we're playing 50 possessions, so we are at we're on the last row, so we're almost to 40. We're about 35 or so. It'll be Bill Cartwright with another miss. A 6 on a miss is going to lead to a fast break, so we need a fast break roll. So on the fast break, it'll be Ricky Pierce with the block shot. So he gets his stuff blocked on the other end, and the Bulls respond. This will be Grant. He misses yet another shot, and a 5 is going to be a defensive or a rebound battle, let's say, between the big men. We got a 4 and an 11, and that will be an offensive board for Michael Cage. Gary Payton, 8 is going to be too strong. Got another rebound battle here between the bigs. We get a 6 to an 8 and another offensive rebound from Michael Cage, who is fighting. Eddie Johnson with the missed 3, and he gets fouled, so he's going to get 3 shots. He makes 1, he makes 2, and he makes 3. Sort of a boneheaded play from Scottie Pippen. And we're down to the 38th possession. This will be BJ Armstrong. Armstrong too strong. We got a 6. This will go to another fast break roll. So right into the fast break, it's Gary Payton with a layup and a foul. And so he gets the bucket, and we'll go to the line for 1. And he's going to make that free throw for the 3-point play. 21-14, Seattle over Chicago. Bill Cartwright with the ball. That's another miss, but he does get fouled, so he goes to the line. An 11 is a miss, and a 9 is a make. So barely rolls it in. And we are at the 40th possession, so we'll have 10 more after this. Michael Cage is going to miss, but that's going to lead to a fast break for the Bulls. And it will be our choice. So, of course, well, let's give it to Scotty. And Scotty with the layup at the rim. So pretty believable that he would have a layup on a fast break. Let's get it to Kemp. An 8 is going to be a miss, but there is a foul on the play. Non-shooting foul, so before the shot. Gary Payton, a 7 is going to be a miss. That'll go to a rebound battle. That'll be to Cage and Bill Cartwright. A 7 to a 9 as Cartwright fights, but he can't come up with the defensive board. Just at a disadvantage there. Payton again, a 6, still off the mark, and a 4, another rebound battle. This time between the 3s. So it'll be Pippen and Eddie Johnson. This time Pippen with the advantage, 11 to 3. He gets the defensive board, and we're coming back the other way with Chicago. Chicago down by 4. This goes to MJ. A 7 is going to be a bucket. 4 is nothing as Jordan gets them 2 points closer. And let's go with Eddie Johnson. A 6 is not enough. And a 5 will be a rebound battle between the 2s. So Jordan and Ricky Pierce, 13 to a 9 as Jordan comes down with the defensive board. 6, we'll go back to MJ again. 5 is good. And so MJ ties it up. A 6, let's get it to Ricky Pierce this time. Should have got it to him before. 9 is going to be a miss. Another rebound battle. This time it's to the 5s. And even Steven on the roll. So we got a 12 to an 8. And that's going to be an offensive board for Seattle as we stay here. They're up, they're actually tied at 21. Michael Cage with another shot, but he gets 7 is going to be a straight up miss. So I got to read them right. Chicago with the ball. Jordan with the ball in his hands. This is going to be a 3-point shot as it's a double and it's less than his 3-pointers. So that's to be a dagger 3 for Michael Jordan, who got better progressively from the 3-point line as he went on in his career. Chicago now up by 3. We get a 5. Ricky Pierce puts it up and in. Brings Seattle 2 points closer. Let's go to Pippen. Pippen with a 3. Not a 3-pointer, but a 3. So that's going to be a bucket, and we have the defensive roll of a 6. So there's a chance that the defense makes some difference here, but we have to roll snake eyes. And it's not, and so the bucket is good. If we had rolled 2 there, Eddie Johnson would have affected the shot and made a miss. But not a great defender is Eddie Johnson. Last possession of the first quarter. We have a 4. 4 is going to be Sean Kemp. 2 is a bucket, and 2 is nothing. So Sean Kemp with a little hook shot, little baby hook, at the end of the quarter, and that puts us at 26-25 after 1 quarter. And let's move into second quarter action. Got to remember to get those subs in. So I've got 2 teams of subs. We'll stick with these guys for now, and then maybe halfway through we'll put our subs in. So it'll be Bulls basketball to start. Horace Grant taking another shot, ill-advised. That's going to be a miss, and he gets fouled. This will be a, I guess technically that was a 3, but we'll give him a 2. He's got a 2 for his 3-point shots. That'll be a free throw and a free throw. Your game, you get to create the narrative that you want. All right, this will be Ricky Pierce with a missed 3-pointer. He's much more likely to shoot a 3. We'll give this to our bigs. And this will be a rebound challenge. So an 8 to a 7. Michael Cage doing the work as he is out rebounding Bill Cartwright all over the place. Cartwright, not a great rebounder. And that's going to be a miss for Gary Payton. This time it'll be Ricky Pierce and MJ going at it. 13 to a 9 is going to be Jordan with the rebound. So the Bulls with the basketball and a 3-point lead. BJ Armstrong with the shot. That's too much. 3 is a miss. And so we're back the other way with the Seattle Supersonics. Sonics looking to get the hometown crowd into it, but started quick and have slowed down considerably. So we got a 7. That's going to be a miss. We go to a rebound battle between the 2s. Chance here, 8 to a 7, but MJ is still too strong as he gets the defensive board and Chicago with the ball. Horace Grant taking another shot. 6 is going to lead to a fast break. So that will be Eddie Johnson on the fast break with a dunk. Flush it, young man. And that back the other way come the Bulls. I should do one more. The Bulls, it's Pippen with a 9. That's going to be too strong. And a 3. So he goes right back up to get the rebound. A 10 to a 4. So he goes right back in and gets the offensive board. Ball is going to find its way to Cartwright, who misses. And it's Seattle ball. Michael Cage, another miss down low. A 3 is straight up. So that just means there's no defensive involvement. Let's get it to MJ. A 10. Even with his large offensive number, that's going to be a miss. That goes to, let's call it Scottie Pippen this time. So an 11 to an 8. So Eddie Johnson almost. But the Bulls get the offensive board. It's going to go right back down to Cartwright. A 5 is still too much. A 6 on a defensive miss will lead to a fast break for Seattle. Let's give it to Kemp. And Kemp with another turnover. So 1, 2, and still nothing on the board really here in the third. Let's get it to MJ. A 9 is too strong. A 3 is nothing on a miss. So both teams off the mark a little bit here in the second quarter. Michael Cage with another miss, but he does get fouled. He goes to the line and makes 1 and makes, just makes 1. So that ties the game up at 28. Bulls basketball. Bill Cartwright misses again, but he gets fouled before the shot. It's going to be BJ Armstrong. A 4 is up and in. So BJ Armstrong with the long range 2-point shot gives the Bulls the 2-point lead. This will be Kemper with the miss. Rebound battle goes to the big men. And a 10 to a 3. So Michael Cage with the offensive board keeps the ball here. It'll be Gary Payton with the shot. A 6 is going to be a miss. And back the other way come the Bulls. A 7 is too strong for BJ Armstrong. A 2, this will be a rebound battle for the 2s. An 11 to a 9, so MJ with the offensive board. Horace Grant, a 9 is going to be a miss. 3 to the 3s. So a 9 to a 6. Another offensive board for the Bulls, who are just killing them on the offensive boards. MJ with the ball, and the 8 is up and in and 1. So he gets the bucket and the foul, and he turns that into 3 points. So Jordan looking good in this one. This will go to Michael Cage. Another miss for Michael Cage, and that will be a 4. That'll be to the 4s. Rebound battle. 10 to a 10, so we got a tie ball. 12 to an 11, and the tip goes to the Bulls. 4 is Horace Grant with another shot. That's going to be a miss, straight up. 5 is Michael Cage. Let's go ahead and pass the ball, which is just a re-roll. So we get to Ricky Pierce. That's a little better roll. Pierce with a 3. We got to get a little bit more efficient, not letting these guys who are not good shooters shoot the ball. So Ricky Pierce with the bucket. 5 is nothing. And you can pass the ball. That helps to increase your efficiency. Scottie Pippen with the bucket. Seven, that's for Michael Cage. Gonna pass the ball again. 4, Shawn Kemp, much better shot. That's a bucket. And a 2 is nothing. So Shawn Kemp lays it up and in. You don't have to let anybody shoot the ball. So Horace Grant, we're gonna get out of that. Bill Cartwright, another pass. And it doesn't matter. Bill Cartwright's going to take the shot anyway. 4 is going to be a miss. That goes to, let's say, our power forwards. 15 to a 10, and that'll be a defensive board for Shawn Kemp. If you'd rather do it this way, where you do, you find out the player first, and then you say, Michael Cage, I don't want him to shoot. Shawn Kemp, I do want him to shoot, and then you take the shot like this, so that there's a little bit of drama. You don't know if the shot goes in before you choose. You can do that as well. So that's a 4. That's a bucket for Shawn Kemp. And that draws Seattle within 1. So we're going to pass the ball from Bill Cartwright. We'll get it to MJ. MJ with a 9 is a miss. So maybe a little bit more fair. You know, a little bit more drama. Shawn Kemp with the ball. He's going to take a shot. That's a 9. That's a miss. And we go to a rebound battle, let's say, between the point guards. That'll be an 8 to a 6. So BJ Armstrong wrestles it away. Good position for the point guard. It's a 3. That's Pip. And Pippen with the... It would normally be a 3-point shot, but his 3-pointer is only 3. So it's greater than that, but it is less than or equal to his offense. So that's a bucket and just a 2-point shot. A little bit of, there's some contingencies in here for different things. Gary Payton, he's going to miss. This is a rebound. We'll call that between our power forwards. These guys average 9 and 10 rebounds per game. Respectively. Let us have a 5 and a 2, an 11 to a 12. So that's going to be Horace Grant with the defensive board. It'll be Pippen with the ball. Pippen, a 6, is going to be a bucket. Kim's got the ball in his hands, and the 8 is too much, but he does get fouled. Gary Payton, let's pass out of that, see if we can get it to a better player. Let's get to Ricky Pierce. 7 is still going to be too much, but he does get fouled, so he goes to the line for 2. He's going to make 1, and he's going to make 2. So that draws Seattle within 3 of the Bulls. Let's get it to MJ. MJ is going to miss. And that's just a straight up miss as he takes a long jumper, but he can't hit. And we got one more possession, then we'll call a TV timeout and we'll get our backups in here. 4, that goes to Shawn Kemp. A 4 there. Again, he doesn't have a 3-point shooting, so that's just going to be a bucket. That's an and 1. He'll do it the hard way. He does get it. So 3-point shot, and we're going to have a buzzer here. Let's get in our backups. All right, and our backups are in the game. You can see it's going to be Paxson, Trent Tucker, Rodney McRae, Scott Williams, Stacey King. And for the Seattle Supersonics, Nate McMillan, Vincent Askew, Derek McKee, Sam Perkins, Benoit Benjamin. All right, they'll play out the rest. They have 10, 20 possessions here to play out the rest of the half. Tied at 39. And I believe it's Bulls basketball. So let's get the ball to Scott Williams. Why not? And then we'll roll. Sorry, I should have done that. 11 is going to be a miss. Rebound battle goes to the bigs. We get a 7 and an 8. So offensive board goes to Stacey King. He gets it to Trent Tucker. And Tucker with a miss, but he does get fouled. So we're going to replay that. It'd be a 6. We'll go to Trent Tucker, right back to him. A 4, but it's a double, so that's going to be a 3-pointer for Trent Tucker, but we got a 6. So possibility for Vincent Askew to disturb the play. He doesn't. And Trent Tucker hits on the contested 3-pointer. 42-39 Bulls. This is Sam Perkins. That's a good place to go with the ball. Perkins with a 4. That's going to be a bucket. 3 is Rodney McCray. McCray is going to miss, but he does get fouled on the play. It'll be John Paxson. See if Paxson can hit a 3. He doesn't. And that'll be a rebound battle between the twos. So Tucker and Vincent Askew. 7 to a 7. So we're going to have a jump ball. And tip is going to go, it's the same. So it's a tie again. Oh, when that happens on a tip, on a jump ball, I'll just give it to the home team. So, Vincent Askew with the shot. A 5 is a miss, but a 6 on a miss is a fast break roll. So Trent Tucker on the fast break turns it over. Sorry, I'm not able to control my voice here. Scott Williams for the Bulls. Is that right? No, it's Sam Perkins. So 10 is going to be a miss, but he does get fouled. Good free throw shooter for a big man. Excellent 3-point shooter, actually, too. Sam Perkins, the lefty. So he knocks down a couple of free throws, and that gives Seattle the lead for the first time in a while. Rodney McCray, we're going to pass out of that and go to Stacey King. King with an 8. He does get fouled by Benoit Benjamin. The first free throw is good, and the second free throw is good. So the Bulls take a 1-point lead. Sam Perkins again with the ball. A 7 is going to be a miss, but he gets fouled yet again. He misses the first, and he makes the second. Oh, you know what? He made both. He had a... No, he missed the first. It was an 11. So he makes 1, and we are headed back the other way. Stacey King with the ball. King, former Oklahoma Sooner in his college days. An 8 is going to be a miss. 3 is no defensive involvement. 6, let's get it to Derek McKee. McKee would be a key player there in Seattle for a while, and then for the Pacers also. An 8, that's going to be a missed 3-pointer. And the battle goes to our shooting guard. So that's going to be a 5 to a 3. So offensive rebound to Vincent Askew. And we're going to get the ball to back to Sam Perkins. And that'll be a miss. And that leads to a fast break for the Bulls. So 5 is going to be Stacey King. A 3 is going to be a slamma jamma at the basket. As Stacey King gets out, they feed him. And he gets the dunk on the fast break. Sam Perkins with the ball. 7 is another miss. The rebound battle goes to the point guards. An 8 to a 7 as Paxson out rebounds Nate McMillan. And the Bulls come back the other way. Rodney McCray, let's pass out of that. Don't want him taking a shot. Let's pass out of that. Let's try to get a better, more efficient shot. That's Scott Williams. He's at least a better offensive player. Doesn't matter as he misses the shot anyway. You can do 2 passes and then whatever happens on the third one. If you don't like it, you can take a shot clock violation or you can try to make the shot. So might as well try to make the shot. Derek McKee with the ball. The 6 is going to be a miss, and a rebound battle goes to the 4s. So Perkins with a 5, Scott Williams with a 6, and that's going to be an offensive or a defensive board for the Bulls. Scott Williams, he's going to take a shot on the offensive end. He'll miss, but he does get fouled. So we'll play that over. It's John Paxson with the ball. Let's see if he can knock one down. His three-point shooting is better than his offensive shooting. It doesn't matter here as he misses. And he goes right after the rebound. Like a dog, he's got an 8 to an 8, and so he overcomes the disadvantage with his hustle, and that's going to be a jump ball for the point guards. A 6 to a 6. Again, tip ball goes to the home team, so Seattle's ball. Let's get it to Derek McKee. A 5 is a bucket up and in for Derek McKee. 5 possessions left here in the half. Let's get it to Trent Tucker. He's a shooting guard. He's going to miss. That'll go to a rebound battle between the bigs. 3 for Stacey King, 9 for Benoit Benjamin, as he wrestles it away, and back the other way come the Supersonics. It's Derek McKee. Score tied at 46. 9 is a miss. Nothing we can do there. It'll be Rodney McRae. Let's give him a shot. We keep passing it out of his hands. Maybe he'll make one. But not this time, as it'll lead to a rebound battle between the 2s. So a 5 to a 3. That's going to be an offensive board for Trent Tucker. We'll leave everything as it is. And he's going to go right back up with the shot. A 5 will be a miss. And another battle. This time we'll call it a battle between the big men. Seems logical. 6 to a 5, so that's going to be a defensive board. And we have 3 possessions left in the half. Sam Perkins with the ball. A 5 is going to be good, as Sam Perkins puts it up and in. Little 15-foot jumper for Perkins, and it'll be Chicago basketball. Scott Williams taking a shot. He misses, but he does get fouled. So he shoots free throws at a 9, and that's going to be a 7. So he ties it back up at 48. This will be the last possession of the half for the Supersonics. Nate McMillan. Let's have him pass out. Let's see if we can get it to one of these guys that's a 5. We do. And Derek McKee takes the final shot. It's a 5, and that is up and in at the buzzer as Seattle takes a 2-point lead into the half. Let me get the starters out here, and we'll be good to go. All right, we got the starters back in, and let's get this one rocking. This is third quarter. Seattle up by 2. These are the 93 Bulls at the 93 Supersonics. It will be Bulls basketball. Cartwright, we're going to pass out of that. PJ Armstrong is all right. 7, though, is going to be a miss, and that's going to lead to a fast break. Fast break is Michael Cage with a layup and a foul. So, Cage with the buckets, and the foul, he is going to miss the free throw. So, it'll be Bulls basketball. We'll get it to MJ. A 6 is good, as Jordan gets the Bulls within 2. It'll be Gary Payton. We'll let him shoot. 9 is going to be a miss, as he is off the mark. And we're going to Scotty this time. Scotty a 6 on offense. He's going to miss, but he does get fouled, so he's going to go to the line for 2. Just an 8 on his free throw. Makes the first, makes the second, and that ties us up at 52. 3 is Eddie Johnson. Let's let him take a shot. That's another miss. And Seattle starting this quarter a little bit cold. Scotty with another shot. A 5 is going to be up and in. So Scotty feeling it right now. Gary Payton with the ball. Let's see if we can get it to one of these 6s. We don't. Another pass. And a 2. We get it to Ricky Pierce. So Pierce with an 8. That's going to be a straight up miss. As Seattle really cold. Coming out here in the 3rd. Let's pass out of Cartwright's hands. And get it to BJ Armstrong. Definitely a better opportunity, but we're going to miss. This is going to lead to a fast break. And it'll be Michael Cage with a slam on the fast break as they feed the big man who's trailing on the break. Bill Cartwright again, no thanks. Scottie Pippen. Oh, Pippen with a 3-pointer as we get the doubles. And a 5 is nothing on the defense. So Pip drills it from 3. He's got 7 here in the quarter. For Seattle, it gets to Ricky Pierce. Pierce with a 5. That's going to be good. Up and in. As he gets to the rim and lays it in. Pippen again. Why not? 9 is going to be a miss, but he does get fouled. So he goes to the line for 2. And he makes them both. He's got 9 points. And we're only just a smidge into the 3rd quarter. As Pippen came out to play. Ricky Pierce with the ball. 12 is going to be a 3-point miss. And a 6 will be a fast break for the Bulls. Will it go to Pippen? Nope. Bill Cartwright on the break with the layup. So the Bulls taking over here. They now have a 5-point lead. That's their largest lead of the game. Let's get it to Kemp. See if he can stop the bleeding. He does. And he lays it up and in as he gets to the rim. For Horace Grant, why not let him shoot again? Maybe he'll make one at some point. He misses. And that's going to be back the other way. 5, that's Michael Cage. Nope. 1, Gary Payton. Sure. The glove is going to miss, but he does get fouled before the shot. We'll have him pass out of that. Eddie Johnson hasn't shot one for a while. And he is going to miss, but he does get fouled as well. Let's pass out of that. Sean Kemp. All right. And Kemp with the 5. That's going to be a bucket up and in. So you can see you can go for a little bit more efficient shooting if you pass the ball around. MJ with a bucket. And he is heard of from the first time in the second half. Sean Kemp again, down low, makes a spin to the baseline, and he throws it home for 2. Nice play by Sean Kemp. MJ again. He's got the ball down on the low post. He gives a little shake and bake. It's a fadeaway. It's up and in. And it's 65-62. Bulls over the Sonics. Let's get it to Ricky Pierce. Ricky Pierce from the outside, he misses. It's not a 3, but it's a 2, and he's going to get hit on the shot. So it's 2 + 1, and 3-point play evens it up for Ricky Pierce and the Sonics. Nice play out there by the 2-guard. Let's get it to Pippen. Gets a shot for a while. He's still hot. 4, 5 is nothing, and so Pippen gives the Bulls the lead. It'll go back down to Sean Kemp on the other end. And a 5 is up and in. Oh, sorry, it's a 9. But he does get fouled, so he's going to go to the line. He takes 1, he takes 2, and makes them both. And it's tied up again. This is 93, the 93 Bulls at the Supersonics. Jordan going to the hole. He's going to miss, but he does get fouled before he gets the shot up. Let's get it back to Pippen. Pippen is super hot, like supernova hot, but he misses one here. Still manages to get to the line. He makes the first, and he makes the second. So Pippen with like 16 points here in the third quarter so far. This will go to Ricky Pierce. And Pierce is going to miss, but he gets to the line as well. Good free throw shooter. Excellent free throw shooter. So Pierce with 2, and that will knot us up at 69, as this one is a seesaw affair. Back and forth. Let's get it out of Grant's hands. That goes to Pippen. Pippen with an opportunity. A 7 is going to be a miss, but he does get fouled. He goes to the line, and he makes them both. So we're about 2/3 of the way through the third quarter. Sonics ball. They're down by 2. Michael Cage, we're going to ask him to pass. And pass again, and it's going to wind up in Gary Payton's hands. He's got a 3-point shot, and he gets fouled. Look at that. So a 3-point make, and he gets fouled. Boneheaded play by B.J. Armstrong, as Gary Payton gets to go to the line. He puts the ball in. That's a 4-point play, and quite a swing there. Bulls basketball. Jordan will take the shot. A 10 is a miss, and that's going to lead to a fast break for the Sonics. Sonics a chance to stretch their lead. Let's get it to Kemp on the break. A 4 is going to be a layup, as Kemp gets out and gets running. B.J. Armstrong with the shot. 7 is going to be a miss. Gave him a chance. And for Seattle, it's Ricky Pierce. 7 is going to be a miss. That'll go to a rebound battle. That's between Pippen and Eddie Johnson. Huge advantage here for Pippen, 10/6. So the Bulls with the ball, it's Scottie Pippen with the shot. A 6 is going to be up and in, but we have a chance for the defense to affect it. Got to roll a 2, though. And he doesn't. And so Eddie Johnson, not a great defender. Cannot stop Pippen on the contested shot. They're going to get the ball to Ricky Pierce. He's going to be off a little bit on the jumper, and it'll be Bulls basketball down by 2 here late in the third quarter. 6, let's get it back to Pip. He is the hot hand here. 7 is going to be a miss, but he does get back to the free throw line, as he has been vicious here in the third quarter. He gets 2 points on the free throws, ties it up at 75. Bulls hanging in there. Sean Kemp with the bucket, or with the basketball. 6 is going to be up and in. That's good. Bulls ball. Cartwright, nope. Pippen, yes. Pippen finally misses one, but he gets to the line again, as he is taking it to the rim. He misses the first and makes the second, so just one free throw there for Pippen. Gets the Bulls within 1, and let's get it back to Ricky Pierce. Pierce with an 8 is a miss, and that's going to lead to a Bulls fast break. So on the fast break, it's B.J. Armstrong who keeps the ball and takes it up and in for the layup. It's actually 2. So, Seattle basketball. Michael Cage, I don't think so. Gary Payton. Let's try to get up one of these other guys. We get to Eddie Johnson. Maybe at least a little better shooter. 7's going to be a miss, though. 5 is Cartwright. Cartwright to Pippen. Pippen, the hot hand. He is going to miss on the three-pointer. A 5 is going to be a rebound battle between Jordan and Ricky Pierce. Pierce has to roll high. He does, and he out-rebounds Jordan, as he gets good position underneath. Kemper with a 4, and that is a 4. So he's going to be up and in, as he gives Seattle the lead, 79-78. A 4 is going to go to Horace Grant. He's had too many shots. I just don't trust him anymore. Let's get to MJ. MJ with a 7. 7 is good, as Jordan hits on the 12-footer. And we've got 10, 11 more possessions left. Kemp is going to take one of them. An 8 is a miss, but he does get fouled before the shot. 3 is Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson with a 6. He's going to miss the shot as well. And back the other way come the Bulls. 5, No, Bill Cartwright wants to shoot, but he wisely gives it up to Jordan. Jordan with a bucket. And that stretches the Bulls lead to 82-79. We get a 2 from Ricky Pierce. 7 is going to be off the mark. A 4, though, is a rebound battle. So that's going to be a battle between Pippen and Eddie Johnson. Johnson coming strong with an 8, but Pippen too much as he grabs the defensive board. It'll be Jordan now with the ball. And a 6 is good for MJ as he's beginning to take over in this one. 84-79, 5-point lead for the Bulls. We get it down to their main man, Shawn Kemp. 9 is going to be a miss, but he does get fouled on the play. So it'll get to Ricky Pierce on the inbound. A 6 is good, but we got a chance for a defensive play here. MJ with a 7, so anything 2 to 7 is going to be effective, and he does. He affects the play, and so a good defender keeps the ball from going in, and it'll be Bulls basketball. Grant gets it to Cartwright, who gets it to Jordan. Should get a bonus every time you get the ball to Jordan. A 6 is going to be a bucket and 1. So MJ with the 3-point play just before the end of the third quarter, and that gives the Bulls their largest lead. It's now an 8-point lead for Chicago. Gary Payton trying to stem the tide. That's going to be a 3-point shot. Bang, bang. But we'll see if B.J. Armstrong can affect things. We got a 6. He has to roll a 1-1, and he doesn't. And Gary Payton, from the top of the key with a 3, gets Seattle right back into it. 5-point lead now for the Bulls. B.J. Armstrong take his own shot. That's going to be a miss, and back the other way come the Supersonics. 5 is Michael Cage. I don't think so. He's bound to determine, but he finally gives it up to Ricky Pierce. And Ricky Pierce is going to miss anyway. 5, this will be a rebound battle between the bigs, and that's a 7 to an 8. So, offensive rebound. Michael Cage, stay in your lane. That's where your lane is, buddy. But he keeps trying to shoot. He gets it over to Kemp. A little shovel pass to Kemp, and Kemp is going to miss on the jump shot. Rebound battle goes to, let's see, these guys. And it will be an 11 to a 15. So Shawn Kemp goes up and gets his own board. Kicks it out to Ricky Pierce. Pierce with a miss. Another rebound battle. This time between Pippen and Eddie Johnson. Long shot for Johnson as he loses this one 12 to 7. And back the other way come the Bulls. 2 more possessions left in the third. Bill Cartwright passes it to MJ. MJ with the bucket and the foul. And Jordan starting to heat up a little bit in this one. He's a 10 free throw shooter, so he makes the 3-point play. And we got the last possession of the quarter going to the Supersonics. They're going to call a timeout, and they're going to call a play for Shawn Kemp. So you can do that. You can call your own plays if you want, and just get it straight to a player. We got a 5. And that's going to be Shawn Kemp with the bucket at the end of the third. So our score is 90-84. This is the 93 Bulls at the 93 Supersonics. Maybe a what-if world championship. And let's go ahead and play out the fourth quarter. We are at 59 minutes, so that's pretty good. Almost a full game. Probably got another 15 minutes left. We'll play out the starters for the rest of the game. No need to necessarily bring in. This isn't, just a straight up replay trying to hit their numbers or anything. The only guy who might be in and out would be Eddie Johnson, and Bill Cartwright. All right. It is going to be Bulls basketball. They have a 6-point lead, and Jordan starts out. He backs down Ricky Pierce in the block. He turns, he shoots, he fires, and that's going to be off the mark. Long rebound goes to the Sonics, and they're out running. It's Michael Cage with a layup as the big man gets down the floor, they reward him. So 1, 2. And the Bulls come back the other way. B.J. Armstrong. A 3 ball. That's going to be missed, but he does get fouled before the shot. So Bulls basketball. Horace Grant is going to pass to Cartwright, who is going to take the shot. So sometimes you don't have a choice, and Cartwright with the miss. Cartwright 4. You get that? You're as old as I am. Cage. Bound and determined. The ball keeps coming back to him. And a 3. He puts it in. He said, I'm feeling it, Carl. George Karl is one of those, no. All right. Yeah. Moments. Michael Cage getting it done. All right. Horace Grant is going to pass to himself. Let's go and let him pass or let him shoot. Why not? It's up and in. And Sean Kemp, though, with a 9 defense. It has to be a 10, 11, or 12. And Horace Grant. On the tough inside shot is denied. And an 8 for Ricky Pierce. Goes to a rebound battle. That's to the 3s. So, Eddie Johnson a 3. Scottie Pippen a 9. And that's going to be defensive rebound for the Bulls. Pippen's going to take the shot on the other end. He was hot in the third quarter. Not so much here, but he does get fouled, so we'll replay that. Grant is going to pass it to himself, and finally it gets over to Jordan. Jordan is going to miss, and this is going to lead to another fast break for Seattle. It'll be a turnover. Let's just give that to Gary Payton. And the turnover on a 6 on the fast break. So he loses the ball out of bounds. And that's going to be, let's get to Pip. Bulls basketball. 4 is outside of his 3-point range, but it is in his shooting range. So that's going to be a bucket for the Bulls as they take a 4-point lead over the Sonics. 5 is good for Kemp as he gets a little dink around the basket. MJ with the ball. MJ hesitates, takes it to the rim. That's going to be a 7. Contested shot here. And it has to be a 1 or a 2 or a 3 for Ricky Pierce to do anything about it. And he doesn't. Pierce not a great defender. That shouldn't be it. So Jordan takes it to the rim. Puts it in. That's a highlight play. It'll be Sean Kemp spinning into the middle of the floor. He's going to miss. That rebound, let's say it goes to the big men. And that'll be a 12 to a 6. So that's going to be an offensive board. Michael Cage has been a beast on the boards. He's not going to get a chance to shoot. Let's get it to Ricky Pierce. Ricky Pierce having a good game. He's going to miss on the 3-pointer, though. And this will be a chance for an offensive rebound for him. 13 to a 6, though. MJ wrestles it away. And back down the other floor, or about down the other way come the Bulls. Let's get it to Pippen. Pippen with a 7. That's going to be a miss, but he does get fouled. So he's going to go to the line for 2. He makes 1. He makes 2. And Pippen is really doing it in this game. Pippen and Jordan, it's been their show. Eddie Johnson fires away. A 7 is going to be a miss. Rebound battle goes to Jordan and Pierce. 6 to an 8. And Jordan takes that one away. And we go back down the other way. 6, let's get it to MJ. And a 3 is up and in. So Jordan. True from 14 feet. Let's get to Kemp. Bucket here. And 6. Yeah, 6 is a bucket and 1. So Kemp goes to the line. He's going to turn that into a 3-point play as Sean Kemp, the superstar, keeps them in the game. This was a good squad. They got beat again by Phoenix, also a good team in the conference finals. So ball gets over to B.J. Armstrong. He hasn't shot for a while, and for good reason. He misses here. Back the other way. It'll be Sean Kemp we get him the ball. 7 is going to be a miss, but he does go to the line. So he'll make the first and he'll make the second. That brings the Sonics within 3 as they fight back here against the Bulls. And the ball winds up in Armstrong's hands again with the shot clock running down. He's going to miss, but he does get fouled as he tries to take the ball to the rim. He gets hand checked. And we'll start this over. Bill Cartwright to MJ. Not a bad place to go. That's going to be a bucket and one as Jordan takes it to the rim for the three-point play. The Bulls cross the century mark, and it's 101-95. Let's get it to Ricky Pierce. Pierce with the three-pointer. He misses, but he gets fouled on the play. MJ can't believe it. He said, "You're not even supposed to be calling fouls on me." That's 1, 2, and 3. So a little bit of a non-traditional three-point play as Ricky Pierce gets fouled by MJ and puts in the 3 free throws. Jordan, you can visibly see smoke coming out of his head, and he is going to go to the rack. And he flushes it just to show everybody. 103-98. And he says, "Ricky, out of my way." Gary Payton with a shot. That's up and in as the glove takes it. He puts it on his hip. Puts it up and in. And he goes to the free throw line for 1. And that's a three-point play for Gary Payton. MJ again. Looking to show Ricky Pierce up. He does. He takes it hard to the hole. He throws it down in his face. And that's another three-point play for Jordan. We've got, I don't know, about 6 or 7 minutes left in the quarter, in the game, I guess. It's going to be Sean Kemp with the ball. Kemp is going to miss, but he does get fouled. Cage is going to pass to Kemp again. Don't want to get it out of his hands. That's going to be a 5. Chance for Horace Grant to affect the shot, though. 2-7. Oh, it is a 7 and a contested shot. Horace Grant, good defense. Pippen with the ball. And a 5-point lead. 8 is going to be a missed three-pointer. That will just go as a straight-up miss. As Pippen unloads and can't hit. Let's get to Ricky Pierce. See if Pierce can answer what Jordan is doing to him. He does. He takes it right to the rack. On MJ, he lays it up and in and gets to the line. That's a three-point play, and that gets the Sonics within 2. 106-104 here late in the fourth quarter. Bill Cartwright is going to get it wisely to MJ. MJ is going to miss, but he does get to the line. He barely makes the first one, and he misses a second. Oh, my gosh. Well, pressure getting to Jordan. And 4 is going to go to Kemp. Coming back the other way for the Sonics. 8 is a miss. And on a 4, we get a rebound battle to the point guards. So a 5 to a 5, and that's going to be a jump ball. BJ Armstrong with the ups. Gets the ball for the Bulls. Horace Grant is going to pass to Jordan wisely. 7 is going to be up and in for the MVP. The GOAT. Ricky Pierce trying to get him within. That's a 3. That's up and in. So Ricky Pierce with a jumper. Shot 48%. 49 almost. Scottie Pippen. Pippen with a 3. That's going to be a bucket and 1. Bow, bow. Pippen is long. He gets to the free throw line, but he misses. It is Eddie Johnson. They're going to let him shoot. And he's going to make it. So Eddie Johnson with the bucket. Supreme confidence for George Karl in his number 3 man. MJ, who wouldn't have confidence in him? Late in the game, we get a 9, though. That's going to be a miss from Jordan. Rebound battle goes to the 4s. It will be Kemp with an 11 and Grant with a 10. So Kemp wrestles it away. And we're at about 2.5 minutes left in this one. Let's get it to Sean Kemp. He is not disappointed in this one, and he doesn't hear as he hits on a little baby hook in the lane. 111, 110, Chicago over Seattle. This one getting down to cutting time. The pass goes to Horace Grant. A kick out to Jordan. Jordan, a 7, is going to be up and in as he hits on a 17-footer with time running out on the shot clock. That's a dagger in the heart. It is Supersonics basketball. Let's see if we can get it into one of our bigger scorers. We do. Get it down to Sean Kemp on the block. He is going to put it in for a bucket, and Kemp looking good for Seattle. Let's get it back to Pippen. Pippen missed on a 3 in his last shot. He's going to miss here as he is off the mark. Rebound battle between the ones. That's going to be a 7 to a 4. So offensive board, huge for BJ Armstrong. Ball gets around to Cartwright. Cartwright over to Jordan. And Jordan is up and in. We got a chance for Ricky Pierce to affect the play. Oh my goodness, Ricky Pierce shows up on the defensive side. Good defense as he causes the miss for Jordan. Gary Payton, the glove. Chance. Oh, and he's going to miss, but he does get fouled. So we'll stay here. They get the ball down to Sean Kemp out of the inbound pass. A 5 is going to be up and in. And look at that. As Seattle takes a 1-point lead at home, the crowd is going nuts. And the Bulls smartly get it to Jordan. But Jordan is going to miss on the 3-pointer. He does get fouled before the shot. So they get on the ball again. They're calling MJ's number. An 8 is good and 1. Wow, that's clutch. So 3-point play for Jordan with about a minute and a half left in the game. They take a 116-114 lead. We get a 2. Ricky Pierce is going to take a shot here at the end. A 7 is off the mark. And that's going to lead to a Bulls fast break. It'll be BJ Armstrong, but oh no, he turns it over on the break. Oh my gosh, that was a golden opportunity. And we've got, what do we have? We have about 2.5 minutes left in the game. So, Bulls basketball up by 2. Jordan down on the low block. He turns, he fires, but he gets checked before he gets the shot off, and that's going to be a foul. Horace Grant on the inbound. Horace Grant on the inbound. Bill Cartwright. So Bill Cartwright, with time running out, is going to put up a shot. That's way off the mark. That's going to lead to a fast break for Seattle. It'll be Eddie Johnson on the break. And a 1 is a layup and a foul. Oh my gosh. It's a bucket and a foul. And Eddie Johnson going to the line. He's an 11. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possessions left. What's going to happen? 117, 116. What a great game. MJ with the ball in crunch time. He is going to miss on the 3-pointer. We got a rebound battle. That's going to be between the bigs. And it is Michael Cage coming up with a 10 over a 3. As Cage wrestles the defensive board away from Bill Cartwright. Coming down the other end, Cage wants to take the shot. George Karl says no. He still wants to take the shot. Oh my goodness, let's get it to Sean Kemp. 9 is still a miss. That's a straight up miss. And the door is open for the Bulls. Let's see. The ball's going to be Horace Grant. I don't think so. Bill Cartwright. And now we can get it to MJ. MJ with the shot. 12. That's going to be another 3-pointer that's missed, but he does get checked before the shot. So we'll play it back again. Scottie Pippen with the shot. An 11 is off the mark, and that's going to lead to a fast break for Seattle. 2 is Ricky Pierce. 4 is going to be a layup, and that gives Seattle the 3-point lead. And the roof is about to bust off of wherever they played. I don't remember where they played. In Seattle. 3-point lead. Who are you going to get to? You're going to get to MJ. 4 possessions left in this one. And 8 is up and in. 5 is no defensive play, and so Jordan gets them within 2. They need a defensive stop here. It's Sean Kemp. 2-6. This is going to be up and in. It's an 8, but he does get fouled. Wow. Horace Grant makes the first and misses the second. Oh my goodness, the window is open. Will they climb through? They got another possession here. They need a play. This is final possession of the game, I think, for the Bulls. So let's go ahead and call Jordan's number. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. And so Jordan, last second shot. It's a 10, and that's going to be off the mark. Let's see if they get the offensive rebound. We're going to give that to the 4s. Those are our 2 best rebounders in the game. That's a 14. That's an 11. Oh my gosh. And the Bulls are going to lose as Jordan misses the shot at the buzzer. So Seattle, with a late flurry, comes in and wins the game 120-118. And I didn't play with any end of the game rules, but we do have some of those if you ever want to play them. But terrific game here between these two teams, as we kind of have a what if scenario, and Chicago goes down 118-120. They won their 3rd straight championship. Who knows what would happen if you played a best of 7 between these two teams, but you'll be able to soon. Again, if you want to get the demo of this game and play it yourself, it took us an hour and 15 minutes. That was with all the talking and everything, so you can probably shave 10% off just for handling all the camera and all that kind of stuff. So the game is going to take you an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to play a full basketball game. It is a quick playing game, but it is not a quick play game, you can tell. It's shot by shot, and we have it set up here for 40 possessions, which would make for an even faster game, put you around 100 points or so for the game. But if you want a little more true to life scoring, you can do a pace and just do 50 possessions, which is pretty common for this era. Other eras, maybe it's 55, 58 possessions. Like if you're talking about the 70s or the 80s, you might be talking about 50 to 60 possessions per game. So teams really getting up and down the floor. You can do it and do the actual possessions for both teams. That's totally cool too. You can do the pace ratings. Basically, you average their pace, and then you divide that by 2, and that'll give you how many possessions per half. Divide that by 2 again, or you can divide their average pace by 4, and that'll give you the number of possessions per quarter that you need to get for both of those teams. Some teams play faster, some teams play slower. Slower team is going to slow down a faster team, and vice versa. So this is 93. And like I said, I have all the way from 1970 to 1994 completed. I just need to continue to make out those seasons. And then I'll make this available. It might not be until after when the next NBA season starts up. So it might be a little bit before I get all of those teams made. I'm just kind of slow and steady as the pace that wins the race on this game. And in the meantime, you can go and play out 3 complete seasons, all the players who got into a game for 1972, 1986, and 2008. So 3 different eras of basketball, 3 different complete seasons with all the players. So feel free to download that at clarkandaddisongaming.com. I will, if you look on the new releases section right in the middle, AIG basketball is there, and you can see that the beta is free. So what I really want is to know, are there other things that we can add to the game? I do have quite a bit more detail if you want to put that in there. You can see here that you can assign the stats for assists, rebounds, blocks, and steals. You can also keep track. I have a score sheet where you can just kind of keep track of every single stat, keep track of the scores and all that kind of stuff. So I'm using this just as a visual aid for the camera. And I find that it helps me also to kind of keep track very easily, like what the score is. So even when I'm keeping score, sometimes I'll keep this over here just to as a visual aid for you so you know where the game is all the time, and also as a visual aid for me so that I can kind of see where things are all the time as well. All right, terrific game here between the Bulls and the Sonics. They heated up a little bit in the second half, both teams scoring almost 70 points in the second half. So really good stuff. You can create your own rotations and things like that. So you'll have every single player. If you want to do substitutions and like truly try to get in there, each player has their minutes per game that they played, and you'll be able to just kind of see those. So you can see, Benjamin Benoit needs to get 15 minutes a game. Sam Perkins would have gotten in a little bit more. Maybe for Michael Cage, you bring in Sam Perkins at the center position. Nate McMillan's getting 30 minutes a game. So he's got to kind of get in here maybe for Eddie Johnson, or you slide Ricky Pierce down and put McMillan at the 2. You have whatever you want to do with those positions. You can also match up defense and defenders against each other. You got Pippen, who's a good defender, on Eddie Johnson. Maybe you want to switch up defenders if somebody's getting the ball more. You have a little bit of leeway here with passing the ball, so it's randomized, but you can still make some decisions as to, I'm going to keep the ball out of Michael Cage's hands for a while, because a 2, 3, or 4, that's the only time he's going to make a shot. So you might not want him taking too many shots, but if you want to get his shots per game and sort of be true to life there, he did average 6 points a game, so he did take some shots, but just didn't take too many of them. All right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on subscribe. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. That's an easy way to support what I'm doing here. Another easy way is to go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. Basketball, baseball, football, we have all the sports covered over there. Working on tennis, working on racing, working on golf. So there are other ones that are in the pipeline of development, but could be a little while before they get out there. This one is a really good play-by-play basketball game. I got another one called Top of the Key Basketball, which is a little bit deeper and different kind of gameplay. And then I've got Up-Tempo Basketball, which is quite a bit different in terms of its sort of out-of-the-box gameplay. You can make it play like a traditional game, but it's a little bit more of somewhere between quick play and medium play. You do play all of the possessions, but everything happens a little bit more quickly. You can even do a team-based version of that as opposed to players. You only get 10 players per team, so the 10 most used players. But I've got lots of different seasons for that, all the way up until the most recent basketball season. So you can play that one out, and that's a totally fun game to play. There's a guy who Max's Cards and Dice Dugout on YouTube. You can check him out. He's playing a 74-75 ABA season with Dr. J and the Nets, and so just replaying the Nets season. So you can check out all those games. You can see how the game plays. There's like scoring runs, which is sort of a gamified way of bringing in what naturally happens within a game. But it can allow a team to get ahead pretty far. It can allow a team that's behind to get right back into the game. So it kind of has that feel, that flow of basketball. So you can check that out as well. All right. I think that's it from here. Hope you have a great Saturday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.